What up? Hey everybody, Steve Felicetti again, and SGF Graphic Arts, and you're watching another episode of Shut Up and Color. So, I was telling you earlier that this has been a pretty eventful week. I posted the video showing the work for the portrait that I did for Commissar Major Williams. Posted on my Facebook. He posted it on his Facebook. Posted it on a couple of group sites that military sites that I'm a member of, and I've gotten quite a bit of response from it. And so one of the responses I got was this one gentleman. I'm not going to mention his name because then I got to ask him for permission and to use all his information, to tell the story and all that stuff. So I don't really need to do that. So he contacted me and said how much he liked the picture I did for Commissar Major Williams, and that he had one of my prints. He had bought one of my prints in the past, and that he wanted me to contact him. And he's like, if you have the time and are interested, give me a buzz or whatever. So I did. He didn't give me a number, so I was talking to him on Messenger, and we talked. He said, thank you for applying. Sorry, wrong guy. That's the other guy I was going to tell you about. All right. I said, are you interested in having a similar painting done? And he said, you've done some awesome work. I have your poster. I said, airborne, that's awesome. And he says, I would like one. Would you need pictures? How much would that be as well? Right? Now, this is a dilemma that you're going to run into pretty often. Because if you just throw the number out there right away, without them really understanding what it is you do, and you kind of having a feel for what it is they want, it usually doesn't work, right? They're usually just turned off. Again, we're talking about a tangible product, right? You can take it or leave it. It's not like you need your freaking, sinks leaking, or something along those lines. This is something that you can take it or leave. But you contacted me, right? And my assumption is, if somebody contacts you, they have a genuine interest in what it is you're selling, right? So, I digress. So anyway, the story goes, we're talking back and forth and stuff, and I'm just establishing some rapport with him, because I'm like, hey, let's not talk about price yet. Let's just see what you want and make sure that you understand that I can deliver it, right? So we talked a little bit about our experiences in the military and stuff like that. And make a long story short, by the end of the conversation, I asked him again what it is he had in mind for a portrait, and he said, I'm going to leave that up to you. So I said, hey, cool. It's great when somebody will just leave it to your artist's discretion and let you use your creative thinking however you think is going to be best applied for the painting. And I appreciated that. And this is a good guy. I mean, we never served together, but we knew a lot of people. I served with a lot of people that he served with. So we had a lot in common in that aspect. to talk about, old friends and stuff, brothers. And so I, um, so he said, well, I'm going to let you think, you do what you got to do. Let me know. Right. So I said, okay, we'll do. Right. Because I wanted to kind of, before I threw a number at him, how much it's going to cost, I wanted to kind of evaluate in my head what it was going to take me to do it. Right. Because I don't want to cheat him. And I don't want to cheat myself. So I don't like to just throw out numbers. I've done that in the past, and 90% of the time I end up getting burnt because the number I threw out was too generous, and it ended up taking me a whole lot longer, and I didn't really think about a lot of things that I was going to have to do to get through the painting, and I end up. But I'm a man of my word. If I give somebody a price, that's the price. I stick with it, and if it was too short, then that's my fault. Unless they want to change something or something happens that changes the negotiation, that's the price we made. That's the price I'm going to stick with. I'm a man of my word. So, and I pride myself on that. I probably shouldn't do that, but I do. So I I spent the afternoon kind of sketching up something, just to kind of get in my mind. Hey, well, first he gave me his access to his. We friended or whatever, and so I could see his photos and stuff. And he had a lot of photos, right? And I went through them all, every one of them. um, just getting to know him through the pictures that he had on his post, and it worked. I kind of got a feel for who he was. I got a feel for who he was, what was important to him, uh, what things seemed to be more important than others. So from all that, I was kind of able to put this concept of this painting together that would have kind of captured all that. He kind of would have captured his essence, right? I put my heart and soul into this stuff. I'm an artist, and if I'm going to do something like this, I'm going to do it right. Right. So I had a good idea that I thought he was really going to like, but we still had to negotiate a price. And here, you come to this monster again, and it is a monster when you're talking about commission, because especially personal commissions, because it's their money, and they work hard for it, I'm sure. And people aren't always willing to give it up. And sometimes people are wealthy for a reason, because they don't spend their money when they don't have to, and I don't fault anybody for any of that. But again, you contacted me, right? Like I didn't call you and say, hey, how about you let me do this for you? No, you contacted me to ask me about it, saying that you were interested, right? So I don't know. I don't know what you expect. So I said, okay, well, you kind of already gather how this turned out. Didn't turn out well. So I came back to him, and kind of in a conversation, I kind of got probably the wrong idea that he really wasn't concerned about the money, that he was in a good place in life, and the money really wasn't that important. He really just wanted a portrait done, and the price would have, as long as it wasn't outrageous, which I'm never going to be outrageous. Not yet, anyway. No. But as long as it was fair and reasonable and all that stuff, I didn't really think it was going to be an issue. I was wrong. I gave him the price, He was like, no, I didn't know it was going to be that much. I was thinking this was like an AI thing, he said. I was like, an AI thing. So, and I said, no, it's not. It's not an AI thing. It's me, hand drawn, illustrated. About 60 hours of work. My heart and soul, human connection. It kind of upset me a little bit. I'm not upset at him. I'm just upset at the idea that this AI, has just wrecked the creative realm. Creation is supposed to be human, right? It's supposed to be real. It's supposed to be made from emotion. Music, art, theater, anything like that, right? And we're bringing this machine into the equation, and it's cheapening all of it. It's making it less beautiful. It's making it less valuable. And I could go on for a long time about AI and my feelings about it, but I think in the end, we're all going to fear it. That's just my opinion. But anyway, so that was deal number 2. That looks like that one definitely fell through. I don't see that guy coming back. The other guy, maybe, but this guy, no. He's just not into it like that. I don't know what he thought. He watched the video of me making the painting. I don't know any AI that does that, but whatever. It's cool. I get it. It's a lot of money, and no problem, right? I mean, we're moving on. So I got to meet him anyway. I got to know him a little bit, looking at his Facebook and stuff. So it wasn't a total loss. And, he's a good guy. I wish him the best and all that. Moving on to the next one, right? Shut up!